Hey there, guys and gals. Melodic Symphony here, and today we're going to be playing some more Roommates, so let's just go right into it. We're still good on energy, so I'm not worried at all. Oh, I noticed like the comments on these things get progressively nicer as like your experience goes on. Like that one, it just had Sally saying, "Wow, I can't believe the teacher had you come up to show your form." And that's like super, like that's neat. I think that the amount of detail they put into some aspects of this game is impressive. And then other aspects of detail, like inconsistencies between text and pictures, I think that could be fixed easily. I'm starving. Luckily, the cafe's on the way home, a nice sandwich sounds perfect right about now. As I open the door, I see Isabella and wave hello. She smiles, but she seems to be busy. As I'm sitting down with my food, I notice Chad coming in. Oh, this might get ugly. I tuck down on my seat a bit, and I really don't want to cause a scene. And I certainly don't want to agonize the football player. I'm sure he wouldn't do anything violent, but still, there's no need to cause a ruckus. Besides, if Isabella needs me, I want to be here. And luckily, Isabella doesn't notice him at first and keeps serving other customers. Finally, after a few moments, I hear Chad clearing his throat loudly. Hey, Isabella, I don't get to have a word or nothing? I don't see why you should get a word in. Do you honestly feel like there's something to say? Because I don't particularly. Come on, don't be like that, baby. Look, I'm sorry I screwed up. Doesn't mean we can have some good times, right? You really think that's all it's going to take? Isabella sets down the tray she was carrying with enough force that the sound echoes through the whole cafe. We are over, you bastard. You had your chance at greatness and you freaking blew it. Now scuttle off and leave me be. Oh, come on, baby. I'm not the only one missing out. We had some good times, right? I've made some mistakes, sure, but I'm coming to you on my knees here. Oh, are you really? Because it looks like you're standing perfectly well to me. You don't even have flowers or chocolates or anything. You're not even trying. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you didn't bring me flowers. I'd hate to think you wasted your money. We done here? Come on, you think you could do better than me? Just forgive me already. Are you kidding? I could find a better man than you out behind the dumpster. And Chad turns red in anger for a moment. Are you kidding me? I'm the best thing that ever happened to you. I think for a moment about jumping in and sticking up for Isabella, but then I'd realize I'd just be butting in. This is between Isabella and Chad, and she doesn't need me sticking my nose in. No, Chad. The best thing that ever happened to me was finding out early that you were a boneheaded, selfish asshole without a lick of sense to you. If you had any of those, you wouldn't have treated me the way you did. So why do you think I'd have anything to do with your ridiculous ass? Hey, look, I'm just saying you're just saying, hey, sucker, I want to treat you like a possession and sex toy, which, well, why don't you come back into my pocket where you belong? And here's a hint, because I'm none of those things, and the fact that you probably even now don't understand that is why we will never ever be together again. And Chad looks completely stunned by Isabella's charade. He's just standing there, slack-jawed. I'm sick of you taking up my air, jack off. I'm going to the back, and if you're still here when I get back, you're going to be the sorriest sack of crap in this whole school. Isabella stalks off to the back, completely ignoring Chad, and for his part, Chad just shakes his head and turns to leave. He can't muster a quip or line. He's been completely defeated. A few minutes later, Isabella comes out of the back and spots me still sitting there. Oh, man. Hey, you saw that, huh? What an asshole, am I right? I just smile and nod. Thanks for not butting in. I hate it when people try to fight my fights for me. Well, you're a very strong woman, Isabella. I knew you'd be fine. Well, thanks anyway. You full? If not, I'll grab you something good. Sounds great. Okay, I think I've got enough studying done for one evening. Now it's time to start thinking about my party again. I need to figure out what kind of entertainment we're gonna have. I've been writing up notes for planning ever since that first night, and Carmen said it best when she said, "I know a rock star. It's just a question of asking him." I know Max is a friend, but it still feels a little weird asking him for a semi-professional favor like this. I knock on his door and organize my pitch as he opens the door. "Oh, hey Ann, what's up? I figured you'd be studying tonight." Well, I'm not sure how to ask this, but... Well, how would you like a gig? It's gonna be one of those pretend to be my boyfriend while my parents are in town thing. I'm gonna pass. I'm trying to... Babe. Sorry. I'm trying to throw a party, and it's not a party unless you have entertainment, and I don't know anyone with more entertaining... Sorry. Ugh. I'm trying to throw a party, and it's not a party unless you have entertainment, and I don't know anyone more entertaining, and it'd be really nice if you played for me. Whoa, slow down. We both laugh as I try to compose myself. All right, let's talk a couple specifics. Real party or just a couple of friends? You gonna pay us? I assume you want the whole band, not just a couple... Sorry, I assume you want the whole band, not just me and a guitar. And what kind of people are you inviting? It's a real party. I can try to pay, and yes, the whole band. It's not going to be a couple friends, but it's not like I'm looking to invite the whole campus or anything. Well, once... Whoa, Jeez, I think I had a minor stroke while reading that. Well, once people get wind that I'm playing... all right, Ann, you've got a deal. I'll call Memphis, and we'll get things ready. You have the rest of the details sorted? Well, not yet, but we'd like to let you know more when we know. Max and I shake hands on it, and I head back to my room, dialing up Carmen as I go. That was strange. Hey, Ann, good timing. I just heard back from my guy, and we've got a place. Perfect. Max said yes, so we've got the entertainment. Well, all right, so we've got the basics. We should probably have more entertainment than just the band, but we can put that together as we go. Exactly. Now we just need to figure out who we're inviting. Well, yeah, Max asked who'd we be inviting to. We probably don't want to take an ad out in the paper, but we want to get the word out enough that people know what's going on. I think I know who to ask it about. Who to ask about it. I think I know who to ask about it. Give me a bit of time to consider it. Okay, you want me to ask around for other attendees? That's interesting. I think that one. No, thank you. Not this time. Not that you couldn't find awesome people, but this is something I should try to do myself. Don't worry, by the time I'm done, I'll be meeting all kinds of new people. Of course, you should totally invite whoever you'd like to. No, I totally get what you're saying. Don't worry, I'll only ask a couple close friends. And since I'm kind of co-hosting this, right? It sounds like we're well on our way. We can do it, Annabelle. Well, yeah. I think we're well on our way to a fabulous bash. Let me get a drink real quick because I don't know what's going on with me, but I can't talk. Okay. I had a drink. Let's go. I snag a good seat, prepared for another class. Sometimes I can't believe I still let Professor Task teach here. Well, I guess that's the power of tenure. I wonder what he's going to get to today. All right, you little money sacks. Sit down. Let's get this started. Everyone quiets down, settling in their seats, and the professor turns on a projector and starts displaying the slides. The slides seem to be displaying a countryside. A few buildings dot it, and as he progresses through the slides, we see a bunch of people standing in front of buildings and posing. Professor, are we just looking at your vacation slides? Well, what's your point? I'm trying to get to a point. If certain noisy know-nothings would stop interrupting me. I sit back in my seat, not believing we're actually looking at a professor's vacation slides. Oh, I'm sorry, Anne. Is my lecture boring you? Perhaps you'd like to give a better one. Come on, get down here. I stand up from my desk, walking down to stand in front of the professor. He looks down at me, that stern stare in his eyes. I've had my eyes on you for a while now, Anne. I've been watching you and hoping that you'd blossom into the full and glorious student I know you could be. I look quizzically at the professor, and I had no idea he had such an interest in me. His smoldering brown eyes are boring a hole. Well, I wanted to do my best for you, Professor. I know you did, Anne. That was part of my joy. Watching you, knowing you were so eager to please me, and that I was eager to teach. And suddenly the professor takes me into his arms. You are the one for me, Anne. You are the one who could take my instruction. And I only teach pleasure. When I'm done, you will know pleasure and how to please better than any other person before you. The professor hugs me close, looking down into my eyes. Will you complete me, Anne? Will you be the pupil I need to complete this circle? I can feel a warmth creeping up my neck, and I bury my head in the professor's coat. No, I can't. I'm sorry, Professor Task, but my heart already belongs to Rakesh. I think it's smart that it can actually track who you're currently on the relationship with and insert that there. I'm wondering, however, if you try to focus two people at once, because there has to be a combination where you can focus two people at once and get both of their stats extremely high. It probably tracks it by like the events you do, but there's gotta be a way to confuse it. There has to be. The professor pushes me harshly away from him, throwing an arm across his face. Fine. I thought you could be the one, but no. You are just like all of the others. You will never be complete without me, Anne, you fool. But I must admit, I will never be complete without you. And from under the jacket, the professor pulls out a long knife. The class gasps as he puts the point to his chest just over his heart. And if I cannot have you, then I do not want anyone. I regret only one thing, that I wasted my time loving a waste like Anne. Professor Task pulls the dagger away, and I turn my head, not wanting to watch. As the dagger plunges towards his breast, I hear a scream from the back. No, all's not lost, Professor. You don't have to do this. I don't? No, you really don't. Oh, I thought... Well, yes, I know, but you don't. Though you could always kill Anne if you need to kill someone. Hey, great idea. Here, take my spare. I look in horror as the professor and Roxanne begin approaching me with the daggers bared. I can't run, I can't hide, and they're just getting closer, and they're almost on top of me. And with a start, I lift my head off my desk. I can't believe I fell asleep. What the hell was that dream? And that's why you should always be aware of what kind of cheese you're buying in foreign countries. See, I told you I was getting to a point. Whatever. Okay. Time's running short to get my plans in motion. It's time to start getting invites out, which of course means figuring out who to invite. I just hope Isabella can help me. I head down the hall, formulating my game plan as I go. I knock on Isabella's door, idly playing with my hair as I listen to her footsteps approaching. Oh, hey Anne, not studying tonight? Come on in. Oh, I've got some studying to do later tonight, but I need to ask you about something first. Sure, anything. Well, not to draw it out for too long, but I'm throwing a party and, well, I don't know that many people outside Latin House. Oh, if you need to know some party animals, my dear, you have come to the right place. I kid. Trust me, I know how to get a good party going. Let me think about your personality. Yeah, okay, I think I can give you some people to call. Okay, thank you, Isabella. Isabella reaches over to her desk and pulls out a small book. She begins transcribing things from her address book onto a spare piece of paper. Do you have some entertainment for us? Well, yeah, Max is going to be playing. Carmen suggests we also get like a ping pong table for beer pong. Maybe a tournament. Oh, that sounds like fun. Have you started advertising at all? No, I don't think I will. I mean, I'm not looking to get the whole campus involved. Fair enough. If you just want beer, or do you want to have like a full-on bar? Nothing like a mixed drink to get the party going. Oh, well, I hadn't thought about that. I know we were thinking about a bit of alcohol, but a bartender would be pretty interesting. It can be a little expensive, but yeah, it can be good stuff. Though, it can also lead to things getting a little wild. After all, harder alcohol and all that. If you want it, I know a guy who doesn't card. Oh, hopefully people will like it. Oh, I'm sure he'll be great. He knows how to entertain while he bartends. Great. Isabella thanks for a moment and then writes down a note for me. There you go. Just email him and let him know what's going on. Let's go. And here. Back in my room at last. Just as I'm putting my keys on my desk, there's a knock on my door. Anne, you have to help me. They have outwitted me. I stand with my keys in my hand, staring at Rakesh. Who's outwitted you? My parents. They're going to be video calling me in 20 minutes. So? So, the letter I wrote them, they're not coming, but they still want to check up on me. You have to help. Look down at the keys in my hand for a moment before just answering. All right, Rakesh, what do you want to do? I mean, if it's just a phone call, it's not like they can hurt you through the phone. I mean, even if it's a video conference. I don't know. I have to convince them that I'm okay here and there's no need to worry and that I'm still on the medical track. Hey, I thought we agreed you're going to tell them the truth. I may have chickened out a little on that. I sort of told them the truth. I told them that I was studying art and I really enjoyed it. I just also told them that I was still studying medicine. I just sigh and shake my head at him. Well, that just complicates things. Well, I know, but it would be terrible to tell them the whole truth. Fine. What do you want to do? Oh, I'm glad you asked. And 15 minutes later, Rakesh is standing in front of his laptop with a webcam attached. We're sitting in my room, mostly because it's the least like a bomb. It looks like because it looks the least like a bomb went off in it of all the rooms in the house. Rakesh has strewn various charts and graphs around the room, and I'm lying in bed with a cold compress on my head. Well, not to mention a rather hastily put together paint job that's supposed to make me look like a sick person, but it mostly just makes me look like a Martian. You really think this is gonna work? It must, Anne. I think we can pull this off together. And just a few moments later, his video conference software bleeps at him, and Rakesh hurriedly tucks me into the bed. Okay, here we go. Remember, I am the competent medical student, and you are my patient. I moan in a sickly fashion, and Rakesh gives me a thumbs up. A video screen pops up on his computer, and I can just barely make out the blurry image of Rakesh's parents. I quickly lay my head back down, though, so it looks like I'm more resting. Rakesh says something in Urdu that I assume is a greeting, and then his parents say something back. Are you sure? I do not mind. I've not had much chance to speak my native tongue lately. His parents say something back, and Rakesh just nods, continuing in English. Well, this is my office where I keep my computer, and as you can see, I have a patient here right now, so I cannot talk too loudly. Oh yes, it is very normal for one such as I, who is moving so well along the path to earning my doctorate. I must prove my skills, after all. I try not to roll my eyes, and he's really overselling it. Oh no, my patient is very comfortable, I'm sure. Well, after all, I do my best to attend to their needs whenever they arise. Whenever they arise? Crap, that was my cue. I cough loudly, moaning in a sickly fashion and, trying to roll around. Just a moment. I'll be right back. I feel so terrible. So terribly terrible. I don't feel good. I mean, not at all. Rakesh glares at me for a moment while he pretends to check my charts. I try not to laugh. I feel really bad about the hammy acting. Finally, Rakesh attaches a spig man. What? Spigmometer? 1 second. Pause. Ah, blood pressure machine. Got it. It's literally just that little squeezy thing they put on your arm. Okay, whatever. Rabble. I try to moan a little bit, but I don't think that's how those are supposed to be used. Wait, how did he do it? I'm sorry, I thought I read this. He tries to attach that thing to my arm like he's trying to take my blood pressure while putting the chest piece of a stethoscope against my neck. I try to moan a little bit, and I don't think that's how those are supposed to be used. Oh my goodness, your pressure is 190 over 24, and your fever is 55 degrees Celsius. We must boost your fluid stat. That is like obscenely hot. I am so sorry, Mother, but I have to call you back another time. My patient here may be collapsing. I gurgle a little and just fall back limp. I really hope this helps. Though, part of me really hopes it doesn't. These kind of theatrics can't last forever. What do you mean, what am I doing? I am tending to a patient as being the medical training do. Of course this is real. What else could it be? Well, I guess these kind of theatrics don't last very long at all, and while Rakesh is floundering, I open my eyes and see him sweating bullets looking at the screen. And I guess the jig's up. I sit up in the bed and removing the cold compress and, well, trying to smear some of the paint off my face. Rakesh, I don't think they're gonna buy it. I look over the camera as Rakesh's panic really sets in. He stands stock still as I address his parents. Hello, sir, madam. I apologize that I cannot understand your language, and I apologize for the deception. But Rakesh hasn't been studying medicine. He wants to be an artist, sir and madam. He's really very good at it. All the pressure that you put him into being a doctor is just driving him crazy. Please, you have to accept your son has chosen a different path. Yes, it is true. I'm sorry. To both of you. But my heart is not in medicine. It is not who I am meant to be. No, this is not one of my childish whims. I know this in my heart. I know what I am in my heart. And a doctor is not it. And for the next few minutes, there's little else but yelling coming from the other side of the internet connection. Rakesh just stands next to me with the pained look every child gets when they're being yelled at by their parents. I feel for him, but I know it had to be done. I reach out and take Rakesh's hand surreptitiously by the covers, where it can't be seen by the camera. Rakesh smiles down at me, nodding and looking a little stronger. Yes, I understand, Father. Perhaps we both require more time to cool down. I will speak with you another time. His parents say something else, and then Rakesh responds, this time in Urdu. And then the line cuts, and Rakesh just slumps down on the bed. Well, that was harrowing. I do not know if that was the right choice, Anne, but it is made. Perhaps for the best. We shall see. I think you'll find it'll lift a burden from you, Rakesh. You'll see. There shouldn't. Why can't I? Oh, that was the end of the week. Okay. I'm going to have to end that one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, or subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.